Mungyeong is a city in North Gyeongsang Province, South Korea. The local government, economy, and transportation networks are all centered in Gyeongsan, the principal town. Mungyeong has a lengthy history, and is known today for its various historic and scenic tourist attractions. The city's name means roughly, "hearing good news." The city of Mungyeong was created after Gyeongsan City and rural Mungyeong County were combined in 1995. It is now an urban-rural complex similar to 53 other small and medium-sized cities with a population under 300,000 people in South Korea. History. The Mungyeong area is believed to have been controlled by a mixture of Jinhan and Byeonhan states during the Samhan period in the first centuries of the Common Era. The Jinhan state of Gyeonggi may have been located near Sanyang-myeon. Byeonhan states such as Sabil-Guk and Gosunsai-Guk, which probably controlled the Hamchang area of Sangju, may also have extended their control over adjacent areas that are now part of Mungyeong. However, this stage of local history is almost entirely hypothetical, since very little evidence of any kind remains. At any rate, the rising power of Silla controlled the area by 505. Capitalizing on the territory's strategic potential, Silla set up various mountain fortresses in the area to control movement in and out of Western Korea. Control of transit through the area would have gained even greater importance after Silla's 553 seizure of the Han River Valley on the western side of the mountains. At this time the low Hanyulja Pass near Pom Mountain was probably the favored crossing, in contrast to the higher Mungyeong-Saje Pass which came into favor in the Joseon period. As Silla reorganized its administrative structure under King Seongdeok in 757, the Mungyeong area was placed under the province of Sangju, and divided among various Ayin, or local districts. During this unified Silla period the Temple of Gwanyeomsa, of which all but a few traces have vanished, was constructed near Hanyulja in present-day Mungyeong EUP. In the early Goryeo period, in 983, King Seongjong reorganized local government yet again. Most of Mungyeong remained divided into assorted Ayin, under the central jurisdiction of Sangju. In 1390, Mungyeong-gun begins to appear in the records, although not with its current boundaries. In the Joseon period, the 8 provinces were laid out and thus Mungyeong became part of Gyeongsang, which it remains. During later Joseon times, the road from Seoul to Busan was established running over Mungyeong-saje. Beginning in the 18th century, gates were erected on the road to control traffic and protect travelers from brigandage. These gates are still preserved today. The first railroads were constructed in the area during the period of Japanese occupation. Gyeongsan Station was opened on December 25, 1924. However, the pace of resource extraction did not accelerate greatly until the post-war period, under the first South Korean government led by Syngman Rhee. Construction on the Gyeon Line, with the goal of improving access to the coal deposits around Gyeon, began on January 18, 1953. Before the official end of the Korean War, local self-governance was established in the early years of the Republic of Korea, but abruptly cancelled following the military coup of 1961. After the end of military dictatorship, local representative government was reinstituted in 1991. At that time, the present-day territory of Mungyeong was divided between Gyeongsan City and Mungyeong County. The city acquired its present-day borders on January 1, 1995, when the two former units were merged to form Mungyeong City. Geography and climate. Geography. Mungyeong extends a total of 40 kilometers from west to east, and 37 from north to south. Its shape very roughly approximates a right triangle, with the hypotenuse corresponding to the peaks of the Sabak Mountains. The northern tip is in Dongno-myeon at 36 degrees 52'10" N latitude. The southern extremity lies in Nongam-myeon at 36 degrees 41'40" N. The easternmost edge of the city can also be found in Dongnae-myeon at 128 degrees 22·42 E longitude. On the west, Mungyeong comes to an end in Gyeongsang at 127 degrees 52·48 E. Mungyeong City stands on the border between North Gyeongsang and North Chungcheong provinces. On its northern and western borders, it adjoins the North Chungcheong districts of Danyang County, Gyeongsang City, and Cheongju City on the north and Gyeongsang County on the northwest. Within North Gyeongsang Province, Mungyeong adjoins Gyeongsang County to the east and Sangju City to the south. The topography of Mungyeong is dominated by the Sabak Mountains, which form the line between North Gyeongsang and North Chungcheong provinces. The city's highest point lies on this line, at 1161-meter Munsu Peak of Warwick Mountain in Dongnae-myeon. The city's terrain, cut by numerous valleys, slopes down from the Sabak Peaks toward the valleys of the Nakadong River and its tributary, the Yeong. At their meeting point in Gyeongsang-myeon, the rivers are barely 200 meters above sea level. Above the valleys, the soil is thin and outcroppings of igneous or sedimentary bedrock are common. Millions of years of erosion have created spectacular cliffs and escarpments in many areas, some of which have become major attractions for local tourism. Climate: located in the shadow of the Sabak Mountains and west of the Taibak Mountains, Mungyeong has a markedly inland climate. The number of frost-free days is significantly lower than it is in more coastal areas of South Korea. Annual temperature fluctuates around 11 degrees Celsius, and annual rainfall around 1,300 millimeters. There are roughly 90 days of heavy rain per year, of which about 30 fall during the monsoonal rainy season in July and August. Government: the seat of government is located in Jeomcheon-pudong. Local government is ruled by representative democracy in a parliamentary system. However, many aspects of local governance are actually under centralized provincial or national control. For example, educational affairs are overseen by the Mungyeong Office of Education, which reports not to the city government but to the North Gyeongsang Provincial Office of Education. A similar situation applies to the local police executive. The mayors of Mungyeong City have been elected by popular vote since 1995. Under current South Korean law, elections are held every 4 years. The current mayor of Mungyeong City is Park In-won, who began serving on July 1, 2002 after prevailing in the local elections of June 13, 2002. Park is an independent. This is unusual in North Gyeongsang, where most elected officials are members of the conservative Hanara Party. The vice mayor is Jang Rak-jae, who began serving on September 2, 2003. Legislative: the head of the Mungyeong City Council is Jang Gyuhwa, who was elected from Jeomcheon-pudong. There are a total of 13 members altogether. Judicial: the City Court of Mungyeong is located near the City Hall. Along with the Gyeongsang City Court, it is one of 2 courts overseen by the Sangju Circuit, which in turn reports to the Daegu District Court in the provincial capital. Demographics: the population of Mungyeong continues to fall, as more people move away to major urban centers such as Daegu and Seoul. Although the city overall is losing population, there continues to be a considerable expansion in construction in the urban center of Jeomcheon. The overwhelming majority of Mungyeong's people are ethnic Korean. Many of them are from families with long and deep roots in the area. Economy: the Mungyeong economy during much of the 20th century was based on coal mining. However, these mines were closed in the 1980s, and since then the municipal government has focused on developing tourism, agriculture and light industry in the region. Because of its mountainous condition, most of Mungyeong's land is unsuitable for farming. Nonetheless, the agricultural sector continues to play an important role in the local economy as well. Some local produce is sold directly in the area, but most is exported to major urban centers on South Korea. Orchard farming, particularly apple growing, plays an important role, with 4.4 square kilometers of land devoted to orcharding. The local government has set up various institutions to promote agricultural and industrial development, including agro-industrial complexes located around the rural districts. These efforts have met with some success, as for example the area under orchard cultivation expanded significantly in the late 1990s. Communications and media. In terms of media, it may be considered largely identical with the rest of northern North Gyeongsang. Broadcast is dominated by network outlets in Daegu and Dong, and most available newspapers are printed in Seoul, although provincial newspapers also circulate. Local journalism, therefore, is primarily limited to local weekly newspapers such as the Saejae Sinmun. These weeklies are dominated by classified advertising, but also carry a selection of local news and commentary. In recent years, cable television and high-speed internet service has become widespread in Mungyeong. Divisions. Mungyeong City is divided into 2 EUP, 7 Myeon and 5 Dongs. These are the primary divisions of the city. Each is divided in turn into a large number of ri. The Dongs are all clustered around the town of Gyeongsan. The smallest is Gyeongsan 1 Dong, which covers only 0.98 square kilometers and covers the traditional city center of Gyeongsan. The largest is Gyeongsan 4 Dong northwest of town, which at 29.62 square kilometers is bigger than all the others put together. Prior to January 1, 2004, the Dongs were known by individual names. For example, Gyeongsan 4 Dong was known as Mojun Dong. 6 of the Myeon, or townships, from an L, with its bottom in the southeast near the confluence of the Yeong and Nakadong rivers. Yeongsan Myeon, Sanyang Myeon, Maseong Myeon, Hogya Myeon, Sanbuk Myeon and Dongna Myeon. Nongam Myeon lies south of Gyeon, at Mungyeong's southern limit. Gyeon EUP was once an important town in its own right, but has now become largely marginalized. Mungyeong EUP, the principal center of the city apart from Gyeongsan, is found in the northern area of the county. It was the seat of Mungyeong County before that entity was merged with Gyeongsan City to form the modern boundaries of Mungyeong. It still retains a relatively high profile in the county, with its own library and intercity bus terminal. People. In the late 9th century, when Mungyeong was a part of the Sangju district of Silla, a man from Gyeon EUP named Ajige fomented a local peasant rebellion which seized the fortress of Sangju. The man's son, Gyeon Hwon, who was also probably born in Gyeon, ruled the kingdom of Hubakya during the later Three Kingdoms period. Various literary figures of the Joseon period hailed from Mungyeong, as did heroes of the resistance against Japanese attacks in the late 16th century and of the Righteous Army movement in the early 20th. Tourism. Numerous tourist attractions have been promoted throughout the city of Mungyeong. By far the best known of these around the country is Mungyeong Saejae, the mountain pass where the old road from Busan to Seoul passed over the Sabak Mountains and out of the Gyeongsang region. The 3 gates which controlled traffic on that road are now maintained as tourist attractions. Various other places around Mungyeong are renowned for their scenery. Among these is the Jinim Bridge area, which a regional newspaper called the Yeongnam Ilbo once called one of the 8 wonders of Gyeongsang Bukdo. There are 3 museums in Mungyeong. The Historical Museum at Mungyeong Saejae, a ceramics museum nearby, and the Coal Museum in Gyeon EUP. Additional local tourist attractions include spas, a shooting range, a paragliding area, and the Gyeongsang Lake Reservoir in the east. Parkland takes up a significant portion of Mungyeong's total area. The Songnasan National Park covers part of Gyeon EUP in the southwest. Mungyeong Saejae is itself a provincial park, covering a substantial area of Mungyeong EUP, also covering part of Mungyeong EUP and a considerable chunk of Dongna Myeon is Worksan National Park. The municipal government has striven to convert the coal mining tradition into a tourist attraction as much as possible. For example, a coal museum has been set up in Gyeongsang, which was once the heart of the mining district. Likewise, the former Gyeongsang Line Railroad has been converted into a bicycle path. Transportation. The automobile is the preferred means of transportation for most Mungyeong residents. Auto ownership is quite high, with a total of 21,687 cars owned, according to local statistics. However, because of the city's low population density, traffic congestion is rare. National highways connect Gyeongsan with Sangju, Cheongju and Yeongju. Before the end of 2004, the portion of the Yongbun-Areok Expressway running through Mungyeong was completed. Interchanges with the expressway are located at Gyeongsan and Mungyeong EUP. This has led to significant changes in local transit patterns and the local economy. The city's public transit needs are primarily served by buses. City buses which operate locally into neighboring Sangju and Yecheon, and intercity buses which carry passengers to more distant destinations. Bus terminals are located in Mungyeong EUP and Gyeongsan. Because of low passenger traffic, most intercity buses which pass through Mungyeong City also stop in Sangju. Mungyeong is also served by passenger rail, through the Gyeongbuk Line, which runs from Yeongju to Gimchin Military World Games. Education. As elsewhere in South Korea, there is a three-tiered public educational system. 6 years of elementary school, 3 years of middle school, and 3 years of high school. School attendance is compulsory. Within Mungyeong, there are 18 elementary schools, 12 middle schools, and 8 high schools, all overseen by the Mungyeong Office of Education. There is one middle school and one high school exclusively for girls, the others are coeducational. Some high schools, such as Mungyeong Industrial High School and Mungyeong Tourist High School, provide specific vocational training. Many parents supplement their children's public education with private instruction, and thus there are numerous hagwons, or private academies, both in Gyeongsan and outlying areas. There is only one institution of higher education within Mungyeong, namely Mungyeong College in Hokkien. Many attend universities nearby, such as Sangju National University, or elsewhere in the country. Twin towns, sister cities. Mungyeong is twinned with Gwangjin-gu, Seoul, South Korea.